Okay, we are live again. um, Hope you're all doing fine. This beautiful morning, or at least it is morning now, as I'm recording this here in Norway. Yeah, so we're going to talk about debate that was a few days ago. CNN, that fountain of truth. They hosted I believe, the first presidential debate this year, Biden versus Trump, and I, I think I've seen almost the entire debate, except the very end where which I've seen as uh, clips where they are arguing about who's the best golfer, who's best at golf. Yeah. So we have arrived now at the place where the two main candidates for being president in the USA are standing there arguing about who's the best golf player. Yeah. And you'd think what's the saying? The memes are writing themselves at this point. Hi there. Good to see you all. Yeah, I was just talking briefly about how Biden and Trump were actually standing there in a presidential debate, arguing about who's the best golfer. Yes. So I guess that you have all seen, clips from the debate, and you have seen the obvious and sad fact that Biden has dementia. He's a senile old man, and it was painfully obvious during the entire debate. And we're not going to talk about that so much, but we are going to talk about mainstream media's reaction to this, because I find it very interesting. I'm not going to talk about Justin Trudeau. I'm going to talk about this debate, or rather the mainstream media's reaction to this. And I'm going to try to stick to the topic. So, minutes or even seconds after the debate, no, actually during the debate, they started kind of trying to deal with this, and they first sent out not mainstream media, but the Democratic Party, I believe, they sent out on social media. They said, "Oh, he has a cold," and they shouldn't have done that, because it's so obvious that they were desperately trying to. They were shocked. Someone was shocked and unprepared, and they were saying, "Oh, this is terrible. We need an excuse. Oh, he has a cold." But here's the thing, okay, let me just get straight to the point here. Biden has been like this for years, and and many other people have pointed at the very sad fact that he's a senile old man. Now, I wouldn't have said it like that. I would have tried to be kinder if we were not talking about someone who's actually running for president in the United States. Not only that, but in a time of conflict, in a time of wars and huge challenges, this guy who has dementia, clearly he has dementia, he is running for president. and he will be 84, 85, 86, something like that, when at the end of the term. And at this point, I don't think he will survive that long. But I will say about Biden, it's easy to say that, oh, he is, I feel sorry for him now. I don't. If you look back at his history, what he's done, I think he's been a scumbag his entire life, and I suspect that he's not like just this puppet being walked around. I suspect that he really likes the idea of having this power. I don't think he's a good person. I think he's a terrible person. And it's easy to see that if you just look back. And I mean, how he deals with children. Are we not all seeing what's obvious there? I won't say it, but it's obvious and it's disgusting. Yeah, so okay, I said I was going to get straight to the point here, but yeah, I'll try again. People in mainstream media are not surprised. They're not shocked. This is a circus. It's a game. It's a farce. This is something that I won't say that everything that is happening is planned for. The elites are planning everything. No, I'm not one of those guys. But certainly, someone somewhere with power has decided that something's going to change. Okay. Now, I don't know how or what, but the idea that they are trying to sell now is that they're all shocked because Biden is suddenly this senile old man. Okay, the talking heads in CNN and so on, they're not the brightest people. They just are not that bright. It's very obvious. Now, I'm not a Trump fan, but Trump is a bright man. He's an intelligent man, and you may not like that. There are lots of people who are saying, "Oh, he's stupid." No, he's not stupid. People in that line of business, or should I say businesses, people who handle multiple companies, they're not. You can't have a low intelligence. You just wouldn't be able to do it. Okay, and you may like Trump, or you may not like Trump. I personally have a problem with his persona, but he's not stupid. Okay, it's just silly to claim that. Okay, and but here I go again. I'll try to stick to the topic. So these people, these talking heads, the politicians, the journalists, they're not really journalists. They're people put in positions to form the opinion of the people. No, I'll try again. They're hired to mold the opinion of the people. They're not journalists. Like Julian Assange is a journalist, right? The guy who reads the news at CNN is not a journalist. Let's just keep the facts straight here. And now they are all shocked. Oh, after the debate, they are shocked. And the Democratic talking heads, the people, in the party, they're also shocked. And some of them are crying, I love the man, and but he needs to step down and all that. Yeah, sure. Now, these people, there is no love among these people. I don't know. I don't think they even know that feeling or what it is. They operate at a level of cynicism. Is that a word? They're cynical at a level that you and I probably we can't even relate to it. Uh, so what's interesting now is what's going to happen, okay, and they why the timing is as it is. So here's a guess. Um, one guess is that the Democratic Party are, and I think this is the best guess out there right now. Okay, the Democratic Party, they do not decide who's going to be the team on top. And with that puppet, which is the president, not all presidents have been puppets, but Biden has always been a puppet. And the people there, who are those people going to be? Well, the donors, the supporters, people who pay money so that they can run this very, very campaign, the people who donate money to these politicians, they decide. I think that's the best guess. And they want Biden and his people there. So that's one guess. Because, and why do they want that? They don't care about Biden. They want the same people there because they, in return for the money, they will make decisions that benefit these companies. Okay, I'll just throw an example out there. Let's say you have many shares in a company that makes weapons, weapons for war. You want politicians in charge who will continue to order, let's say, tanks and missiles from your factories, right? So you pay them some money, a lot of money, so that they can run their campaign. And some of that money will even find their way to their private bank accounts by other, not straight to the bank accounts, but you know how it works. It's corruption. That's what it is. And that's why that's one guess. Okay, this people who want the same policies continued, they decide. And maybe they're out of touch with Biden's performance. Maybe they don't care. But at some point, and I think we reached that point now, they can clearly see that he can't beat Trump. He will not be able to beat Trump, and that's why they have kind of sent the signal to mainstream media, and maybe they did that immediately, that okay, you can now say what is painfully obvious, what has been painfully obvious for many years, that Biden has dementia. Now we can say it, but you need to act like you're all surprised that this is, he was such a good at debates. He was so full of vitality, but now suddenly he's this frail old man. So that's what you need to say. That's what you need to sit there in your stupid little studios, in your stupid little suits, and say. That's what they need to tell the opinion. So that's one theory, and another theory is, of course, that this is a funny one, and I don't really believe it's true, but there are people out there saying that it's actually his wife, isn't it, Jill? She really likes the power, and she likes the life, the luxury, and all of that. So she's walking him around, but I don't think she has that kind of power to make such decisions. Okay. Now I'll have a look at the chat here. But first, other candidates, if they get to the point where they get another guy in there, who's that going to be? Me, I hope that Biden will continue, because then Trump will win. And I would not, I'm not a Trump fan. I'm really not. But looking at the state of the world now, for me as a Norwegian, my opinion is that Trump would be a lot better for world peace than the alternative being the Democratic Party and the Biden team, if we can call it that. So, yeah, Ukraine is a big word here. It's a big, important keyword, and I think when I mentioned how money is the thing with the money and the donors, the war in Ukraine has a lot to do with the reason why they have kept Biden there for so long, or should I say, the Biden team, the people behind Biden, and you can connect the dots yourself. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. Gavin Newsom is the one I don't want to see running for president, and it's because I think he can beat Trump, and I think that it would be devastating, not only for the USA, but for the world to have someone as totalitarian as Gavin Newsom as the president of the USA. He's a totalitarian. He's a big government, big state guy, and he's so slippery and slick that so lots of people liked it, and he could probably be there for 8 years. I don't think we have 8 years now. I think we could end in a world war before those 8 years have ended, and that frightens me actually. Right now, you just have to get Trump in there, and I wish that someone else who may be younger, sensible, not a narcissist like Trump, someone who is more down to earth, likable, could be president in the United States. That would have been great, but it's not for me to decide. I hope that you will actually have a proper election this time. I hope that I'm talking to the Americans now, and I just that's my hope, So here's another fun thing, mainstream media, they have no morals, and they don't have so much integrity either. I would not be surprised if the harsh criticism of Trump will silence more or less after he gets elected as president. Because, yeah, I mean, mark my words, that could very well happen. Okay, I'll just get to the chat a little bit. Yeah, JL, despite all his faults, Trump is 100% better than any Democrat right now. Yeah, sitting here looking at America from Norway, I agree. I agree. What the Democratic Party and their policies has become, it's very totalitarian. Let's see here. Now, you'll have to forgive me. I don't know so much about the other candidates, so I can't really comment on that. I know of them, but I haven't really looked into it too much. So Yeah. Now, Simon's Diamond Soul says, "Me too. I don't like Trump so much, but he is the only one who can save USA right now." Yeah, I think that is the truth that people are now getting to accept, and I think that people understand. They're starting to understand that you shouldn't vote for the guy you like. Well, it's a good thing if you also like him or her. uh, you should vote for the politics, and also internationally, it's kind of important that you have someone who's a good negotiator. Trump is a good negotiator. Um, he is. He just is. I mean, he wrote a book about it, and or had a book written, I should say. But he is a good negotiator, and anyone from who operate in as a businessman will recognize that in him. Um, so, but yeah, so my main point here is that they are acting surprised. Mainstream media and talking heads in Democratic Party, they are basically the same people, but they're when they're when they're now shocked that he was mumbling and stumbling and saying things that didn't make any sense. When they're shocked, they're acting shocked because everyone has seen this. It's been going on for a long, long time. And, you know, I hope nobody here believes that they are actually shocked, that this was a surprise to them. Um, yes, it is true that he has gotten worse, which is a natural progression of dementia. He is old, and he's even worse now than before. Um, but that's he was. I said this 4 years ago. I mean, now it's even worse, of course. But I mean, who truly believes that he will be able to function 4 years from now? Does anyone think that? I can't see that. I can't see that happening. And I worry that Trump, I would say, when he wins the election, uh, he's old too. And a lot can happen, sadly, with people that old. I will say that Trump, he looks healthy. He looks like a healthy guy his age. And he could stay like that for a few more years, of course, but also, yeah, I mean, he will be in his 80s. And yes, there are people who go hiking and who go, are very active, they do sports. I mean, there are people in powerlifting in their 80s, even 90s now. So it is certainly possible. But he is old too. We can't deny that fact. So yeah, I've heard some comment on this, and they say that it's going to be very difficult to replace Biden now. But what they could do is to switch out the people around him, and Kamala Harris is despised, and she is not liked, not even by the people in the Democratic Party. That's what I've heard. And so they could put someone like Gavin Newsom there as vice president candidate, and you know, he would then effectively be president. And there's a problem there, of course. It would not look great for the far left or the woke part of the Democratic Party, because you switch out a woman of color with a white man, a straight white male. Can't do that. No, it's so they have a problem there. Yeah, personally, I can't stand Kamala Harris. She's there's just something about her. She just is so, yeah. No, she's like a witch or something. Yeah. Yeah, Shadow Sonata concerning Trump's health, and his age. It all depends on how well he takes care of himself and the effects of the stress of the presidency. Yeah, that's true. But then you have Michelle Obama. Someone's talking about that, So yeah, I guess they could put people like that who have no skills, no experience, except just being someone showing themselves in certain political situations. They could put some, and it would be popular among the stupid part of the population. I mean, if you vote for Michelle Obama as president for the USA, I mean, then you're being a little bit stupid. It's sorry, but yeah. Hillary Clinton has been suggested. Yes, I think she is so hated that, and she is also very old. She comes across as someone much older than Trump, in my opinion. So, yeah, there's the Israeli flag here. I think that's Debbie being ironic. Yeah, we could say a lot about what Israel has to do with things. And I think, well, I don't want to do that here because of this platform. Last time I tried to criticize Israel, they effectively closed down my live stream or something like that. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, it's funny how that works, isn't it, YouTube? It's funny. So, yeah, there, of course, in a big country like the USA, there are lots of talented people, talented leaders, and people who understand, how a big country needs to be run. I would say both on the Republican side and the Democratic side. But the problem is also that it's not a contest of who would be the best leader. It's a contest of popularity. Trump is very charismatic, and he has this gift to about getting a lot of attention. Again, you need to be able to, if you don't like Trump, you need to be able, as I've said many times, I don't like Trump so much, but you need to put that aside and look at things as they are. And clearly he is charismatic, and it matters to people. So, oh, Debbie, no, that's okay, no problem. Judith, that was fun. I think I can say it. Why can I criticize Alaska, but not Israel? They're both American states. Well, so yeah, another, I would say this is one of these conspiracy theories out there. You know, they say that Biden was replaced by like another person who kind of looked like him years ago, and that they're going to do it again. And some people are saying that there are actually several Bidens. I mean, was it Stalin who had like other what do you call it when someone else will be playing you in these situations? Was it Stalin who had some other people who looked like him, who would be there, waving to the crowd, and so I don't know. Stranger things have happened. So body doubles, yeah, yes. So they could, they could put a body double in now, and he will be the Biden that you see. This is just a conspiracy theory. I'm not saying that this is real, of course. Well, I think if I remember correctly, with Stalin, it was real, but with Biden, I'm just entertaining the thought. Okay, so they could put the Biden that we saw on the debate in a in his chair with his ice cream, and the body double would be the president that is running for president from now on. I don't know. Yeah. So, yeah, my McIntyre says, funny how many of those conspiracy theories have come true. That is true. That is true. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm glad that it's not that I'm not the one who has to vote for these people. That being said, it would be very, very easy to choose between Biden and Trump, and I said the same about Trump and Hillary Clinton. It will be very, very easy, and I'm saying that as someone who is not a Trump fan at all. So we'll see, and please try to observe. Now, if after the election Trump becomes president, please observe how the official narrative changes when it comes to a lot of things. Observe. I will certainly be keeping an eye on those things, because I think that the pendulum will swing back. It's about to do that, and if you look at what's happening in Europe, the right-wing populist movement is just what happened in France now, and what will happen in the election during the election in the UK with I think it's interesting to keep an eye on that. So yeah, the lizard people, kingdoms and covels. Yeah. The reptiles only lick the ice cream. Eating it normally would disrupt their body temperature too much. Yes. Is Biden, is he one of the lizard people? Is it like, I know the English royal family, they are supposed to be part of that, the lizard people. I don't know about Trump. Yeah, that's funny. Okay. We will leave it at that. And yeah, I hope that you have a wonderful day or evening, whatever it is. And we'll talk later.